After telling just about everyone at the rehearsal dinner about the wedding being called off, Caleb looked for Iago, wanting to tell him since he struggled to find him. Just about everyone, including his parents, was home. But Caleb was tired, and he needed to go say what he needed to say. He decided to go look around the bathroom since he couldn't find him, and he quickly saw Iago talking to a friend of his Caleb didn't know. Besides the name Larry, the hall roared with laughter. "Yeah, it was easy to get that stupid girl out of the way," Iago said and chuckled, leaning against the wall. This caught Caleb off guard, and he blinked, backing up to keep a bit of distance so he couldn't be seen. He leaned against a nearby wall, still hidden but close enough to listen and still be close, and he stopped, standing there in a state of confusion. "How'd you do it?" Larry chuckled, crossing his arms. "I wrote a letter." Caleb blinked at his brother's words in confusion. He didn't know what to say or when to step in. But he knew he wanted the full story so he could stop being confused. He stood there to listen in on the conversation. "Well, how did it work?" Caleb heard Larry ask. "I pretended it was written by Caleb." Iago simply said Caleb pictured a lazy shrug. "And she bought it?" Caleb could hear the amusement in his voice and was still very confused. "Yeah, it was easy. Plus I stole her phone." "How'd you do that?" "Parents invited her since she was dating Caleb." "But why?" "So Athena could text him and say some guy was her true love and she loved him," Iago explained, chuckling at himself. "Dang, guess that would do the trick." "Athena made it easy. She had a photo of herself and a redhead." "Dang, that's so cool." "The letter to her and the photo to him did the trick to break them up." Caleb felt pure rage as he heard those words. He remembered seeing Athena and Iago from across the room at the dinner, the way she looked distressed, and he wondered if she had found out and knew, and if she did, was she threatened? Or did he purely taunt her for the fun of it? He wanted to make Iago suffer for causing him and Athena so much pain, and he revealed himself to his brother and the long, curly, dirty blonde friend. "You sent me that text!" Caleb shouted, his voice echoing in the room, and Iago and Larry froze as both went pale. How long, have you been here?" Iago stuttered his words as Caleb continued to walk towards him, and he started to sprint towards Iago. "Long enough to know you are a liar!" Caleb shouted louder, and the anger continued to boil as he stood in front of Iago, getting into his face, causing Iago to back up naturally. I was joking." "Dude, I'm out," Larry nervously said, starting to walk away. His steps were cautiously slow, his arms up. "That's a good idea," Caleb called out, not breaking his eye contact with Iago. His voice was loud and threatening. "I was joking." Iago echoed his own words. "Bull, I heard every word. You lied to me, to Athena." "It's not what you think, honest." Did Athena know something?" "Bro, come on," Iago nervously laughed. "You know I was pranking you. I didn't think you'd actually think you were broken up." "I am not your bro, not anymore. We'll always be brothers. Did she know or not?" "Fine," Iago huffed and rolled his eyes. "She found out. Did you threaten her?" Iago looked up at his brother. Caleb was only 2 inches taller, but he still felt small in fear as he gulped nervously. "Did you threaten her?" Caleb repeated, raising his voice as he grabbed Iago by the collar of his white buttoned-up shirt. "Yes, I blackmailed her to keep her mouth shut." Iago admitted that his voice was so loud that the room echoed. "If you ever threaten her, or even so much as go near the woman I love, I will wrap my hands around your neck and kill you," Caleb loudly warned as 2 men ran towards them, pulling Caleb away as he glared at Iago, still feeling anger at the sight of him. "The woman you love?" Iago snorted. "The woman I love." Caleb's words echoed in his own mind as he pictured Athena as he smiled from ear to ear. A guard was pulling him towards the other escorted Iago. All that anger didn't matter to him at that moment. It was just her, and he had to go to her before it was too late.